reality is often simple. We just overcomplicate it. You know, people like to overcomplicate things or try to mystify things. Be aware of those people. The only people that try to overcomplicate something or mystify something is an insecure person or a scam artist. Now think about what I just said. That might sound a bit abrasive, right? But let's break it down logically, right? Let's actually try to understand the language that I just used, because often the meaning is baked into the words, because that's how language works. Insecure, right? They're insecure about something. Whether that's insecure about reality, whether that's insecurity about the unknown, whether it's, fill in the blank, or a scam artist, somebody who is trying to deceive someone for their own personal gain. And you see this a lot, right? So, overcomplicating something. Let's say an obese person. You ask them, why are you obese? Well, it's because of my hormones, and I gotta run to my family, and I got a fucking underlying health condition, and all those things may be true, but trying to rationalize, overcomplicate the situation does not in any way negate the logical and physical facts of reality, that if you consume more calories than you expend, you gain mass, you gain weight. That is the law of thermodynamics. You literally can't avoid that. That is hard science. You can't defy the laws of thermodynamics. In one way or another, your calories in are more than your calories out. That's non-negotiable. That's bottom line, right? The most efficient path to something is a straight line. And on the other side, where you have people trying to mystify something, making it seem more complicated than it really is, a scam artist. You see all these people, yeah, man, you want to know how to make, $1 million, man. We got NFTs, man. With stocks, man. I wake up at 4 a.m. every day, man. Wear a suit, fucking, go on a run, man. I'm fucking, kicking ass, man. Alpha male, man. All that type of shit. Want to know how to make $1 million? All of my 1 million subscribers, send me $1. I'll show you guys how to make $1 million. That type of shit. They're trying to take a simple concept and mystifying it to convince you or whoever the people that they're targeting that they somehow have some type of secret knowledge that you inherently can't obtain unless you go through them. Behind a paywall, obviously. Behind a paywall, of course. You have to pay them. They're trying to convince you to give them your money. So that's on the scam artist side of it. The reason why you're morbidly obese is because you eat like an asshole. That's the actual reason. It doesn't really matter how abrasive the language that somebody uses to describe that phenomenon. It doesn't change the underlying fact and the concept in which that language represents. That's what I'm trying to get at, you know? Substance over style. At least that I'm more of that type of guy. Not to say, you know, go around being an asshole, but, you know, sometimes people don't really understand and, you know, comprehend what you're saying unless you just spit it out in the most blunt, you know, on the nose terms. You know, so, you know, just because reality is, you know, unfortunate or undesirable doesn't change the fact that it is what it is. You know, that is, you know, kind of self-explanatory. Necessarily is what it is. That's the law of logic. You know, everything that people do, everything in existence or that could ever exist necessarily is governed by the laws of logic. That's not to say that the thing that a person does is rational, but it is logical. You know, like when people, you know, somebody's parent is a drug addict, and like, you know, why is my parent, you know, doing drugs? Don't they love me? Well, you know, I don't mean to burst your bubble, buddy, but, you know, their actions are speaking louder than their words, and their actions say that they enjoy the drug more than they enjoy you. They love the drug more than they love you. That's what their actions say. Now, that's unfortunate. You don't want to hear that, but that's what it is. You know, your parent loves smoking crack more than they love you. You know, I had to rip that Band-Aid off, but, you know, it is what it is. That's the logical thing. You know, that's the logical part of it. There's some, you know, for whatever underlying, you know, neurochemistry reason why they're pursuing that substance, they're pursuing that substance because it solves some type of problem for them. It medicates them in some way, you know, undiagnosed or whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, so, you know, it's like these people, they say, why do these people do these drugs? Why do they do these drugs? And like, because they feel fucking amazing. Hello, you know, fuck, man, it took a goddamn rocket science to fucking figure that one out. Because they feel fucking amazing. That's why people do drugs. No shit. Doesn't matter if it's fucking crack, cocaine, meth, heroin, fucking alcohol, cigarettes, you name it, caffeine, fuck. It's all the same shit. A substance that causes a physiological or psychological change. A drug. That's what it is. That's why they're doing it. Again, the logical reason. You know, you could just, you know, scrap it, just spare me the overcomplicating it to try to appease whatever insecurity or, you know, that you feel inside. That I don't really care about. No, who cares about that? Let's get to the bottom of what actually is going on. You know, to change reality, to actually, you know, make informed decisions on reality, you have to accept reality. That's what it is. What a lot of people have misconstrued is that they think complexity is a hallmark of intelligence. They think complexity is a sign of intelligence. It's actually the opposite. Complexity is not a hallmark of intelligence. Simplicity is. Complexity is not a hallmark of intelligence. Simplicity is. You know, the ability to take a complex topic and simplify it in a way where that captures the essence of what is being said in a way that somebody not as well versed in that subject can understand it. Not taking a topic and thrown a bunch of redundant, irrelevant minutia and complexities and details into it, try to make it, try to, build it up to have this sort of facade of, like it's more complex than it really is. So, another thing is, people, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I see this kind of notion of, so you can have your cake and eat it too. I see these notions of inclusivity, body positivity, these sorts of things. They're good sentiments. They come from a good place, but when you say something like, everyone is beautiful, that's necessarily incorrect by definition. Because, let's go back to language, how language works. When you make the assertion, the positive claim that something is, in this case, beautiful, you're implying necessarily that something can be beautiful or can be ugly or not beautiful. Necessarily. Otherwise, the word would cease to have a use. That's how language works. And usually, traits, human traits, they're on a Gaussian or normative distribution curve. So, there's a little bit on the extremes, and most people tend towards the middle. So when you say something like everyone is beautiful or anything like that, you're necessarily incorrect. Now, I see all of this political correctness and use of euphemisms as if it changes or has any effect on the reality of the situation. You're not an equipment manager. You're the water boy. You're not financially challenged. You're broke. You're not an assistant. You're a fucking flunky. You're not a small person. You're not a fucking whatever you want to call it. You're a fucking midget. You're a fucking, you fill in the blank, man. You're not heavy set or big boned. You're fucking fat. You're obese. And that's a medical term. You're not differently abled. You're fucking crippled. You're handicapped. You have an intellectual disability. You're fucking retarded. That was actually a medical term. People, it's funny how people, as the years go on, like actual medical terms are taken offense to. It's funny how that works. Retarded. Like literally even in music, a retardando means to go slower. Slow. You're slow. He's slow. They're slow. Stupid. Slow. Retarded. Intellectual disability. We didn't make love. We didn't sleep together. We fucked. We were fucking. That's what we did. We fucked.